Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let me tell you the story of this collection of music that I got. It's taken me a very long time to make this one because I honestly couldn't figure out a way to share it without being ridiculously long and dull. So I figured I may as well just have fun with it because it is the most fun I've had in recent memory. So first question, what are these CDs? How did you get them? Well, last summer, a good friend of mine was going to throw out a huge collection of CDs, and when I found out, I said I wanted to take a look at it before she did so. And as you can see from that clip of the Jeep at the very beginning, there was way more music than I anticipated. What happened was, I didn't want to waste her time by digging through the entire collection to pick and choose, so I just said, hey, I'll take all of them and I'll chip away at it at my own time. Little did I know, I just inherited a collection of 80s, 90s, 2000s death and black metal music. In total, there were over 2,500 discs and records. And that was the dilemma of this video for the longest time. I'm not gonna list the entire collection here alphabetically, that would be so dull and lifeless, but I will link my Discogs account down below, so if you want to check out what all that's in here. If you're a fan of heavy music, especially from that era and that genre, you'll want to check this out. I'm gonna throw some photos on here as well, so you can have a closer look at some of the collection. It took me a good week or so alphabetizing and organizing them all in my spare time, which sounds easy enough, but some of the discs weren't in their cases and they were in the binder, and we all know how impossible it can be to trying to decipher black metal band logos, am I right? So it was absolutely dizzying at times. Now, the second question you might have is, what did I do with all of these CDs? Well, as much as I wanted to keep all of them, there was no way in hell I was going to be able to listen and appreciate all of these discs in my lifetime. Plus, there's a bit of satisfaction knowing it's going to people who have actually been searching for them all this time. I wouldn't want to call the collection quote unquote valuable per se, but rather very sought after in certain niche communities. Mostly because a lot of these are first pressings, a lot of them are European releases and hard to come by over here. There's also a bunch of signed CDs in the pile, which I took some photos of on here. You'll see them in a bit. So I lucked out on a hugely active Facebook group of CD traders and buyers, and I went about offloading the collection over there when I was a young boy. I had always had this dream of working in a record store, kind of like in Empire Records or High Fidelity, and I guess this was the closest I got to living that dream of mine. So that's one reason why this was so special to me. And so that's where the majority of the CDs went. The group was based locally in the country, but I did get one guy from Australia, someone from India, grabbed some stuff too. Out of all of the items, I did keep a handful of them. I also kept a lot of the vinyl records. Those weren't in as good a shape as the CDs. A lot of them were warped and their sleeves had water damage. I also kept a couple of cassettes. Now, when grabbing the collection, there were a lot more cassettes, but I opted not to dig through them. Instead, I just grabbed maybe two or three that I recognized. And here are some photos of the signed items. So yeah, I basically spent all of the second half of 2024 selling and trading these CDs and records. Started maybe in late August up until February, where I sold the last few boxes of discs and records to a local music store. Just sold it in bulk because as much fun as I was having, once the more popular discs were gone, I just decided to get rid of the rest in bulk. And here is a video of me trying to figure out what this disc is. Sometimes I had to play them and Shazam the songs just so I could figure out the name of the artist and album. And here is me playing a fun game of match the black metal disc to its case, which hurts the eyes so much, but you know, a little bit of fun. And finally, what did I get out of this whole experience? Well, you know, I found a renewed appreciation for the heavier of the heavy music. I'm a pretty big metal fan myself, but I was only mildly aware of a lot of the bands here because a lot of them were fairly neat and out of my usual tastes. This allowed me to appreciate a lot of it way more. In fact, some of the music started resonating with me after they had been sent away, which is a bit of a bummer, but whatever. Also, a lot of the meaningful connections I've made on threads came about because of this collection. And that's it for the story of my metal music collection. It might not be in my possession anymore, but I had so much fun in the time it passed through my hands. I was able to beef up my own collection significantly. I was able to rehome a lot of amazing music to people who have been looking for them, and I discovered hundreds and hundreds of amazing songs. So thank you for listening. I hope you had a good time, and I've been itching to share this for a long time now. If you like the story, please consider subbing to the channel. I might do a video of my existing music collection, even though it's much wider array of musical genres. And there's a lot of other musical related content on the channel too. So thanks everyone. Cheers. Bye.